All right, the fundamental attribution error. Something I've been actually thinking about quite a bit lately, and those who hang around with me know I've been talking about it quite a bit lately as well. But it's a really important concept that I remember learning back in like Psych 101. Jim Amatucci in that class with me. That is the concept that if you only have one or very limited data points with which to judge someone, you tend to attribute that entire experience that you've had with them, the data you have with them, to describe their entire being. Let's say somebody cuts you off while you're driving, right? Immediately that person is the biggest asshole in the world, a terrible driver, you name it. You're completely reading in that one data point. The reality is every single one of us, how often do we, let's say just by accident, or not even know that we just cut someone off? Sometimes it plays out in other ways. At the grocery store the other day, there was a long line and this one lady flipped out about it. It was really easy for me to think about what I just knew of that lady and say, man, she is a B, right? But the reality is there are any number of things that I have no idea going on in her life that could have had her in a position where she was just not able to be the best person that she can possibly be. And we've all been there. Let's talk about how this concept can be applied in life to help us all live a little bit better. So first is the workplace. And this is particularly true if you work in a large workplace, a corporation, for example. The ones that you don't work with as often, you tend to not see as people. They become data points. These are people you might not even know what they look like. You probably interact with them via email, or maybe not even by name, but by department. You're passing work from your group to the other, and something gets messed up. Well, guess what? When something gets messed up and a mistake is made, now suddenly you are attaching the actual person to that mistake. Now that person is incompetent, they suck. In fact, that whole department is full of incompetent people. So easy for us to make that mistake. The more that you work together as people, and not as parts of a machine, not as parts of a process, not as things that are easy to be just read as data points rather than humans with human characteristics and lives, it's a heck of a lot easier to work and to achieve great things with people when you understand them as a person, and that takes work. So that's one. Two, mood management. How many times have you, my friend, been cut off on the road, and man, did that ever piss you off? You were mad, man. You were mad. That ruined your day. If you can remember the FAE in that scenario, it's very easy to get over that. Keep yourself in a good mood. That wasn't a bad person necessarily. Maybe it was, but we can't assume that was a bad person just because we saw them do one bad act, and 100% of our exposure to them is doing something bad. Keep yourself from getting upset because someone else was upset about something. Practical application number 3. People leaders in organizations have a very, very, very important responsibility, and that is to manage the performance of their people, challenging them to meet their potential in the form of monetary mechanisms, i.e. bonuses, raises, promotions. Look, if you only got one data point about someone, unless that data point is that they massacred 40,000 people in some kind of ethnic cleansing scenario, you shouldn't ascribe that data point to their entire being. And that's especially important when you're in a position where you have the honor to make decisions about people that are going to impact them financially or otherwise impact their lives. And I think that if I was going for 3, I satisfied that requirement. If you joined me, love you. Share and like or whatever the heck social media platform we're on right now. Awesome. Thank you.